but it's this high. And that's just how it is. The pigs have room to grow. They could add a second story here. A loft. Up here. A pig loft.
I see like a fireplace.
They're like, what on earth is that? And can we get in it?
They're trying to eat it. I wonder if there's something we... There it goes. It's a lesson learned. Yo folks, welcome back to the Modern Yeoman, where we are quite busy. I've been busy working full-time and working on this homestead. Check out this beautiful early summer garden behind me. There's a lot going on here, and there is a couple things I want to show you that I'm very excited about. I think we're going to make a big change in our salad grain rotation. It's exciting stuff. The big project for us today is building a pig shelter, because our buddies Frank and Beans, they're not long for life under the lean-to. I'd like to get them out in the woods ASAP. Isn't that right, boys? The woods are nice and lush and ripe for pigs picking through them. So I'd like to move these boys out there ASAP. And in order to do that, they need some kind of shelter. So my dad and I actually bought some supplies. We bought cattle panel, we bought 4x4, and a couple of other things. So we're gonna put ourselves together a little kind of impromptu pig shelter. Love it if you joined along and saw the process firsthand. Let's go. Hey, Dad.
Hey, Sean.
What are you building here? What you working on?
A pig shelter.
Pig shelter.
A mobile, portable pig shelter.
This is one of the skids, correct?
Yes. One of two 4x4 skids.
It looks like what we're doing here is we are cutting out beveled cuts on either edge.
Yeah, just to kind of help with the skid, moving it around.
This will help with us moving, and if you watch the rest of the video, hopefully you'll see the completion of this project, so you'll get to see us moving this thing. We're about to drill our holes for the rod, the threaded rods we're going to put in. We realize, we don't have a drill press, so we want to make sure this goes down straight through. And Dad is coming up with kind of a unique
Well, I just want to make sure
solution
that
here.
Of course, it's got to be square, not only just kind of plumb in this direction, but also in
that
the other
direction,
direction
too,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, that's not going to
No,
fit.
it is not nearly big enough.
Did we accidentally get a 3/4? I thought I measured it as 5/8.
Yeah.
Is it
It
3/4?
says 3/4. Does the other one say 3/4 on it? That's why all the nuts that we were looking at was like, well, 5/8 just isn't going to fit.
That would be hilarious. That's 3/4 too. We have the 3/4.
No.
We thought we purchased 5/8 rod. Turns out it's actually 3/4 rod. I don't know how that happens, but that's what we did.
They were in, I mean, to be fair to us, they were in the 5/8
That's
band.
true. That is true.
But you always need to double check, right?
Yeah. Now comes the fun part, connecting these two. Crossing our fingers that the rods will go through straight on each side. We are going to use a combination of nuts and washers with our threaded rod. The poultry staples, poultry net staples, these guys were not cutting it. They were too weak to hold this cattle panel up. They just weren't working. So what we decided to do instead is we're actually going to nestle the cattle panel in between these 2x4s that we cut on either side on the inside. And we're hoping that between the
Just the outward force.
the outward force, the tension of the cattle panel pushing up against either side of the skids, plus squeezing these in with wood screws, 2.5-inch wood screws, holding it in, I think we'll be in good shape to
We should be
pop
able to
that
tuck
in. The tarp.
in before we screw it in all the way.
So we can kind of just screw them in to set it. Once everything looks good, then we put the tarp in,
Right.
and then we finish the
Yeah,
screwing in. Okay,
that's the plan.
let's see what happens. And I'm gonna keep this taut. Love just editing all that stuff out.
Right.
You guys are making a covered wagon.
Yeah, it kind of looks like
It's
a
our Conestoga.
Conestoga wagon. It really does.
Is that uber heavy?
No, but that thing's in the way. Not bad. It would be a lot easier if this strap is shorter, so I might double up on the strap.
Right.
It's quite light.
Good.
That's not bad.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
Cool.
Yep, and it's high. We don't need it this high. But it's this high. And that's just how it is. The pigs have room to
Like
grow.
if
They
we-
could add a second story here.
You have a loft
Here. A big
I can
loft.
see like a fireplace.
You can turn it off. So Jana has been busy at work. Well, Dad and I have been building that pig shelter. Jana has been quite industrious back here. Look at all this stuff you cleared. Now,
Down, clearing it out.
what the thought is you're starting to get stuff. Wow, look at that. That's crazy for me to see, all that cleared space. The thinking is you're starting to get stuff cleared out for some folks that we might have visiting to check out the site for potential build here
We
soon.
can all see a little better what's going on underneath this jungle.
Yes, so we are hoping to have some people come out to get started taking a look at what might be the future site of your build.
Yay!
And so you are getting to work clearing stuff out here. And boy, oh boy, have you started doing it. Look at all this stuff. I see a bonfire in our future.
There's definitely gonna be bonfires.
Look at all this. If I feel like people used to have a garden here. Like these
Yep.
look like garden
Yeah,
boxes.
and then trees grew in it.
Trees grew in it. Wow. Okay. I'll let you get back to it, Jana, but I just wanted to check in. You are kicking butt back here. This is cool to see. Do you want to grab?
Is this a pig shelter or a haunted house?
Maybe both.
Whoa, there you go.
So change of plans.
Thank you for your input, Holly.
Of course.
This was comically high. It was too high. It would be tough getting it through the woods. The pigs don't need it to be 7 feet tall. So we're going to shorten this. And that is a little bit of extra work right now, but it'll save us a lot of heartache in the long run. So Dad, I can cut the rest. So what we're going to do is cut the rest of these, shorten it, bring them down to where this is. And it'll be, I don't know. We did the measuring with our spare piece to see what it would look like, and it's about, I don't know, yay high, something like that.
Yeah, probably about like here.
Plenty of room for the pigs to get in, for 2 pigs to get in. So
Kudos to Holly for pointing that out. We were just a little bit too close to the project to look at it from kind of new eyes. And when the first thing that she noticed, I think, when she saw it was,
gosh, what kind of animals are we putting in?
We're not housing a cow
Or an baby elephant.
or a baby elephant. This is just too high.
Yeah.
So let's bring it down. That's solid. That's how you. That is how you make a grommet in a tarp. Okay, so it's not the prettiest looking thing. Actually, it's kind of pretty from the front. It looks kind of nice from the front. The back.
So the tough part was figuring out how to affix something in the back that didn't necessarily look pretty but would work. And I think for right now, what do you think, Sean? You think
I
it'll
think
work?
this will hold. And look, honestly, if the pigs wanted to push through this, they could. The tarp is easy to replace. The main structure itself, the skids, the rods in between, and the cattle panel hoops.
Yeah, I think the structure is sound.
The structure is very sound. So, will we need to replace the tarp again at some point? This thing's going to be out in the woods. Yes, we will. The back, yes, we will. But I think we can come up with a better tarp plan in the future once this particular iteration gets
Sure.
screwed up. So I think what we're going to do now is try and scooch this thing over and put it in the pig run so they can start getting used to it.
All right.
The skids work nice.
You're talking about maybe shortening up the length of that.
Yes, that would make this a lot easier to pull. What do you think, Frank and Beans? It's your new home. For some reason, the turkeys are freaking out.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. They're like, what on earth is that? And can we get in it?
You got it? Yep. All right, I'm gonna step over. Oh, I'm over. Okay. All right, hang on. One leg. It's very muddy. Two legs. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm sinking. Oh, that's some mud. What I'm gonna do, I'm thinking.
You want to face the other way?
Ow. You can set it down for my dad. Here it is. They're there and they're already starting to eat the tarp. They're sniffing at it. Which, again, as I just mentioned, this tarp is not permanent. This tarp can go, and that's fine. For some reason, they're very interested in sniffing that tarp out and eating it. But my hope is that they'll grow disinterested in it and see this primarily just as a shelter. What do you think?
Yeah, get on in there.
So I'd like to keep it out here for a few days, get them used to it. Hey, there you go. That's right. Go on in. Get them used to it. And then phase 2 is actually moving them out into the woods. So I'm going to do some more clearing and I'll get them out there. And now they have a shelter that can accompany them. You know what I might do actually next, Dad, is one of these days close their barn door.
Ah, yeah, so it's not an option for them.
close their barn door and then maybe bring the fence this way. And it's like, hey, here's your home. This is your pen. This is where you stay. They're getting used to it. They've tried to eat it. I don't know how much damage they've already done.
I hope they don't tear it up.
My hope is that they're like, okay, this isn't edible. We're sniffing it. They're trying to eat it.
Boy, they are. That is not breeding.
I wonder if there's something we... There it goes. If they end up ripping this thing apart, then
So be it.
so be it. You know, honestly, I don't know how much damage they could do with just this top part on.
They would eat you.
They would.
Snap through it. Oh, check it out.
I don't think that back panel is gonna last.
Back panel is not. I doubt that it'll be there in the morning. It'll
This-
be shredded.
This might stay.
Yeah.
This might stay. But the back panel could very well be gone in the morning. They are making short work of it. Part of me just wants to tear it off now. It's a lesson learned.
Yeah, maybe just stop right there and let him.
So we ended up raising the back panel. The back panel that we worked so hard to...
Try to figure out.
Try to
and
figure
then
out.
Putting the grommets in and.
So we're gonna see how long this thing stands up. I think this is a little more sturdy. Just this we'll see.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is gone in the morning, or if this is flattened in the morning,
Right.
and we have to go back to square one.
And it will be a lesson learned. It's like it might be suitable for a baby goat or something. I don't know.
It might just not be enough. Honestly, I feel like once they're in the woods, they'll have a lot more to focus on. But right now, this is like a new novel item for them to deal with. And it's a lesson learned. Well, Dad, thank you so much for helping me.
You bet.
We'll see what they do tonight.
It was kind of fun putting it together.
It was.
And it's kind of fun for the pigs to tear it apart.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. See what happens. More to follow. And until we see you guys next time, from me and Dad and Frank and Beans, slowly.